Welcome back to the channel. It's Rachel Solomon. Before we are moving to clip, please subscribe and support our channel. Today we are going to see about Geoffrey Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales, which is known to be General Prologue. It is a collection of stories framed by a pilgrimage to the shrine of Thomas Becket in Canterbury, Kent. The narrator is none other than the poet Geoffrey Chaucer himself. He has kept himself away from including his personal biased opinions. His expertise in carving the characters is projected in presenting the characters. In Canterbury Tales, he too is pilgrim who is on his way to Canterbury in London. He is the father of English during Middle English period. His works was flourished. The General Prologue tells about the corruption that happens in various fields. The Canterbury in London, which is a pilgrimage site which consists of 7,000 lines. It is written in verses. The pilgrims travel to St. Thomas Shrine in Canterbury. Chaucer's father was a wine merchant. He was born during the reign of Edward III and he lived during the reign of Richard II and he died on the reign of Henry IV. The important events that happens in Chaucer's period: plague, the death of Black, or else the Black Death, 1347 to 1351, peasant rebellion, corruption in Rome Catholic Church, 100 years of war, taxation, poverty versus peasantry, robust virtue, elegant literature and literacy, revival of faith and corruption in church. Some of the period were flourished also. There is a French period, English period and Italian period. In Canterbury Tales, the story is set in the Middle English language and is believed to have been written between 1387 and 1400. The pilgrims, who number 29 plus 1 is Geoffrey Chaucer, who number 30, gather at the Tabat Inn in Southwark, located across the Thames from London. They decide to engage in a storytelling competition during the journey, with Harry Bailey, the host of the Tabat, serving as the competition's master of ceremonies. In the General Prologue, Chaucer introduced most of the pilgrims through vivid and brief sketches. Short dramatic scenes referred to as links are interspersed between the 24 tales, featuring lively exchanges usually involving the host and one or more of the pilgrims. Although Chaucer did not complete his original plan for the book, and the work remains a significant literary masterpiece, the written journey from Canterbury is not included, and some pilgrims do not tell stories too. And in Canterbury alone, Chaucer alone had the happy and brilliant thought of bringing his storytellers together for a common purpose that united all sorts and conditions of men and women in unstrained and unrestrained intercourse. If Chaucer himself made a pilgrimage to Canterbury, it was most likely in 1385 during the summer, April. He had just been permitted to appoint a deputy to his comptrollership of the customs of Wool and would be in the very mood for what he probably regarded chiefly as the holiday jaunt. Skid prefers the date 1387 on the ground that 1385 is too early a date for a composition of the Canterbury Tales. The Canterbury Trails, but in what year he conceived of the pilgrimage as taking place. It will presently be seen from internal evidence that the most likely supposition is the Chaucer's pilgrims assembled at the Tabat Inn in Southwark on April 16 started on the morning of the 17th and reached Canterbury on the 20th. In 1387, April 16th was a Sunday and April 20th a Thursday. In 1387, April 16th was a Tuesday and April 20th a Saturday. Both these years, therefore, are free from objections as regards the days of the week, a consideration which is fatal to the years 1386, 1388, 1389 and 1390. Nothing could be more likely than the pilgrims should assemble on Sunday evening, ready to make an yearly start on Monday, as would have happened in 1385. The only objection to this year, and that perhaps a fatal one, is that Chaucer received his pensions as usual on April 24th, which barely leaves him time to get back from Canterbury. However, the journey could be done in 2 days. It whatever here, Chaucer assembled his pilgrims at the Tabat Inn on April 16th. Harry Bailey or Bailey, the host of the Tabar, proposed that each pilgrim should tell 2 tales on the way to Canterbury and 2 more on the way home, that he himself should accompany them at his own expense and act as guide and judge, and that the teller of the best tale should in the end be feasted, of course at the Tabat, at the expense of the rest. All of which was unanimously agreed to by the company. The number of pilgrims was well 9 and 20, exactly 29, including Chaucer but excluding the host, if he had him, as well as the canon's yeoman who joined the company on the road and told a tale, when he get a toll of 31 as follows. We will see the 31 who is take part in the characters of the Canterbury Tales. The important characters we will be seen in the next clips. Thank you for listening.